Good morning, everybody, sir. See, my presentation is effective phaco in cataract with corneal opacity with indigenous LED chandelier light source. And at the outset, I would like to thank scientific committee for allowing me to share my experience. The surgery is difficult in cases of cataract with corneal opacity, particularly central or paracentral, nebulomacular, where the corneal graft is not required because a long-standing opacity and the patients have lived long for so many years. In such cases, the problem is poor visibility. But the moonlight phaco, when it has come into the existence, the scope where you put the scope light off and illuminate the chopper and put it into the anterior chamber because it gives you better illumination of structures in the anterior chamber, and that's why you see better. In this series, 36 cases of long-standing mild to moderate corneal opacity with advanced cataract were included. The cataract grade was 3 to 4 and mean IOP was normal. Central corneal opacity was in 26 eyes and the central and paracentral in 10 eyes. When then of late we have been using chandelier light source to bars plana because it illuminates the whole vitreous cavity, which gives excellent glow in the pupillary area. You can see here, sir, the first picture, the first video. There is a little paracentral opacity with the cataract grade 3, and this is the moment the skip light is off, the chandelier light is being introduced to bars plana. This is the trocar which has been introduced, and now the chandelier light source is introduced through the trocar, and it is adjusted in such a way that it gives you uniform glow in the pupillary area. Now you can see that. The scope light is put off, the rhexis is made. It is to better visualization. It is advised to do the staining first and then do the rhexis. So that gives you a little better clarity. Now the hydration is done. You can see that the lens has been bulged up and now that it is rotated. Again, you can see that the scope light is off, and what you see here, see now is that the scope light is little on and the chandelier light is also on. So the visibility is little poor, but once you see the scope light is off, the visibility improves. You can see that. And here the corneal opacity is just a little shadow here, what you see in the chandelier light source. The cracking, emulsification, every becomes so easy. And now see, the most important part is you can use both the hands, both the instruments. You can use the chopper, you can use bimanual, you can use single, the coaxial. And once the cortex is removed, now you can put the scope light on and see the very good red glow. And here the lens is being implanted. You can do that and you can dial it. If it is not, the visibility is not good, then you can dial it in the chandelier light source, putting the scope light off. It goes into the bag. It is better you do little sphincterotomy, and this is all it ends here. Then we have another situation where you can see the corneal opacity is very dense, maybe post-infection. Here the options are, first you go for the corneal graft, then you do the cataract, or you can do the cataract graft and the corneal graft and the cataract extraction with triple procedure together. But here we have done the phaco first, because what I feel that once you do the phaco, put the lens, and then you do the graft, it is always better because then you don't need any surgery. You can see the same patient is very thick corneal opacity. The pupil is not getting dilated. The capsule care has been used to retract to enlarge the pupil. You can see the beautiful glow. And again, same way, the sculpting is done. And then so easy, good. See, that was now the scope light is also put off. See, the clarity is so good that you don't even feel that there is a corneal opacity. Though we know it's very thick corneal opacity there. Dialing is done, cracking is done, and then at the end you can put the lens into the bag. In these cases, the Rexis was good in 14 eyes, but little bit becomes irregular or large or little small in 22 eyes. There was small intraoperative PCR in 2 cases. In all cases, foldable aspheric hydrophobic lenses were put in the bag in 17 cases and in the circle in 19 cases. The visual acuity was better as expected. It was less than 636.
So time over.
So we have used the endogenous source here, sir. When the scope light is off, it gives you super illumination, procedure becomes easy, complications are less, and anatomical and visual recovery is very satisfactory. In these cases, again, the intraoperative complications very few, and postoperative period was good with reasonably good visual recovery. Thank you very much, sir.
I guess this doesn't apply to dense cataracts, doctor, because this illumination.
No, sir, I think
Because,
we can try. We can try.
you know, it's difficult anyway. So I just wanted, how did, what kind of refractive error did you get after the surgery? Because often we get quite some astigmatism.
Yes.
Rather than, that is the issue rather than the density of the opacity.
Yes, yes. It is all the reflection depends on the corneal surface, no? So it has to be bound to be, and that's why this point should be covered during the counseling. It's very important that whichever best surgery you do, there will be residual refractive error and the patient may need glasses.
I understand it's not just ordinary refractive error. I thought it's quite some highly irregular astigmatism, which might even, which might
we have
actually
observed the maximum cylinder was 3. We have observed in our series, it was 3.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
One question, sir. This is from which company, sir? You sent earlier light.
This is some, I don't know, sir, in the.
Okay.
But it is made in India.